Oh, really?
Famous.
Oh, they do. That's good. They reference it.
Yeah. Always like good things too. Not like anybody's.
Well, really?
Always saying anything bad or anything.
Really?
Every once in a while, like someone will make a show that somebody doesn't like.
Catnip.
Talking dog?
Ma'am?
Yeah, this man had a talking dog.
He did?
And he takes him to a talent agent down on Broadway and trying to get some bookings. And the talent agent's not interested, and the man says, oh, you got to hear this dog. He says, Rover, what do you put over a roof to keep it dry, house dry when it rains? And the dog says, roof. And the talent agent says, no, get out of here. And the man says, no, listen to this. Rover, what's under a tree in the ground that keeps it from falling over? The dog says, roof. And the talent agent by this time has him toward the hall and out the door. And the man says, no. He says, Rover, who was the greatest baseball player of all time? And the dog says, Ruth. And then the talent agent really has him out the door, shuts the door, and he locks it. And as the dog and the man are walking down the hallway, the dog looks up to the man and he says, I should have said DiMaggio.
That's good. There was a email I got from a friend of mine, and she says, I'm so glad we're such close friends that we cry together and laugh together and eat together and go every place together. He says, and if you jump off the cliff, I sure will miss your emails. So he wouldn't go follow his buddy off the cliff.
That's a moonrise, folks. And that's the best we can do. And just a minute ago, it was much more complete. But that's what it is. It's about 3:30 a.m. on April 10th, 2007. Anno Domini. And the moon was full about 8 days ago.
Received today at 1:14 p.m.
Hi, Glendora. It's Tiffany Carr giving you a call back from Comcast. I did get that information for you that you were looking for in reference to Manchester, New Hampshire. It's actually run by a third-party nonprofit. It's Manchester Community Television, and the gentleman there, his name is Mark, M-A-R-C, and I will spell the last name for you. V as in Victor, A-D-E-N-B-O-N as in Nancy, C-O-E-U. And the phone number is 603-628-6099. I hope you're having a nice day, and that is the information you were looking for. If you need something else, give me a call back. Take care. Bye-bye.
West, returning your call, 603-566-4954. I did talk to Albert, but no one else. And I don't know offhand anybody else in the area you were looking for. Anyway, give me a call. I'm around. Thanks.
At the main menu, to play your messages, press 1. To personalize your greeting, new messages, Tuesday, 12:04 a.m.
Okay, it cut me off. I think this message is a lot shorter than the one in Westchester, but anyway, I'm calling this one. Yeah, the show tonight was good, and it was a different, new show I never saw before, so that was wonderful. I don't know what happened with the repeat last Monday, but this Monday was not a repeat. And I love what you were saying about turn your back on evil and just concentrate on the good, and there's so much good in this beautiful world, and I love that. I just wish more people would see things that way also. I think there's a lot of good beauty in the world also. And thank you for another wonderful show. And yeah, what I was saying about the immigration thing was that so many months ago, I don't know the exact date, President Bush made some kind of agreement with the President of Mexico, and that would say if we granted these illegals amnesty that they would get on Social Security.
To keep this message new and play the next 01 a.m.
I love that one. Cat scan. That's too much. I'm watching Glenn Beck on the TV. My parents watch him faithfully and pretty much trust everything he says. I do also. I really like him. He's a great journalist and reporter. Oh no, is he a journalist? Maybe he's just a reporter. But anyway, he was saying that if we forgive the illegal aliens and they become legal, them and if we grant them amnesty, them and all of their extended immediate families will be on our social security. Actually, he said our already crippled and bankrupt, almost bankrupt, social security system. And we need to get the word out because we need to stop this in its tracks. Because Bush made some agreement with the Mexican president about it, and it's just terrible.
To keep the
These are stickers, and they're made out of sponge rubber or foam rubber or whatever. Cute, aren't they? The lawyer said to the judge, "I want a new trial." And the judge says, "For what reason?" "On the basis of new evidence." "Well, what's the new evidence?"
My client has another $10,000.
That's good.
And what do you call a lawyer with an IQ of 50?
What?
Your Honor.
That's great.
I have one more for you. A man had a talking dog, and he took the dog down to a talent agent on Broadway to try to get some bookings, and the agent started to push him out the door immediately. He says, no. He says, listen. He says, this dog can really talk. Rover, what do you call something you put over a house to keep it from rain from coming in? And the dog says, roof. And the talent agent pushes him toward the door. Well, no, listen. Rover, what do you call what a tree has in the ground to keep it from falling over? And the dog says, roof. And the talent agent pushes him toward the door. And the man says, no, Rover, who was the greatest baseball player of all time? And the dog says, roof. At this point, the talent agent pushes him out the door, closes the door, locks it, and as the man and the dog are walking down the hallway, the dog looks at the man, he says, I should have said DiMaggio.
That's great. That's excellent.
All right, I'll hear from you.
It's bedtime for us, but not for the raccoons. Here are their peanut butter sandwiches. Give them this day their daily bread. Another moonrise, folks. 3:45 p.m. a.m. rather. The last quarter. Our gracious. Hey, we ran out of battery. It's not 3:30, it's 4:30 a.m. It's April the 11th. It's April 11th, Wednesday morning. It's the last quarter. A gracious gift of God. And that's the cat below, seeing what is going on, and purring. Look at the two little kitties, peacefully sleeping, end to end. Wasn't that nice? Oh, that's very nice. Oh, thank you, kitties. April the 11th, 2007, Anno Domini, at 4:30 p.m. This is the road atlas, folks. Should I go to Connecticut? Go to Vernon, a little above Hartford, to Jack and Margie Flynn's seminar on the Constitution and how people aren't following it? Should I go? Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, what is it down here in Kinderhook?
I have no idea for Kinderhook.
Oh, that's very interesting. So Chris is a married man now, huh?
Chris is married. I'm disappointed. I had my chance.
Do you know why the fella kept playing his wedding videotape backwards?
Why?
So he could see himself walk out of church a free man.
I like that one.
Yeah. I wanted to tell you I added a new TV station, Manchester, New Hampshire.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
nice, isn't it?
Yeah, the mountains up there.
Yeah, it's Comcast.
Yeah.
Folks, also, I want to tell you that here is a milestone in public access. Verizon sent Glendora their public access application, and I made it out and I sent it in for 3 counties: Westchester, Nassau, and Suffolk. I have to do it because the people who choose Verizon don't have the cable company anymore, and so if they're going to see a chat with Glendora, it's got to be on Verizon because they don't have cable TV anymore. Here are the nicest pure thoughts. They are so nice. Look at this one. Do not cease to pray. Do not cease to pray. Do not cease to pray. Filled with the knowledge of God's will in all wisdom. Just say it. Spiritual understanding. Spiritual understanding. Get it. Get it. Walk worthy of the Lord. Fully pleasing to God. That's it, folks. That's what you need. Being fruitful in every good work. That was today. On this legal paper right over here, which is through being written. This is Hansberry continuing his ineptitude, denied my motion for a new trial after the mess he made of my trial on January 24th. In Glendora versus Satterley, Stevens, Burke and Burke, Walter A. Sarrock, and Cecilia Masterilli. So, there's a new excoriation. It's a Rule 60B motion for relief from order. I said on the telephone to one of my friends out in Long Island, Jesus saves. And she said, Moses invests. Hi folks, this is .com. This is a legal paper I finished this morning. I have to make a few corrections and then I won't serve it today. It goes to Kevin McCune, who has a case against Brian. Would you mind moving? Against Brian Hansberry, thank you. And to Paul Friedman, the clerk, small claims, City Court, City of White Plains. And to John Brian Hansberry, a judge of many deficiencies, disqualified and should step down. To Judith Kay, and I do mean Judith Kay, the Chief Judge of the New York Unified Court System. And to the defendant appellee, Cecilia Masterilli, at Cablevision at 1053 Park Street in Peekskill, New York. And to defendant appellee, Walter A. Sarrock, a liar for hire, at the Satterley, Stevens, Burke and Jerk, 230 Park Avenue, New York, New York. And to defendant appellee, Satterley, Stevens, Burke and Burke, a liar for hire law firm, 230 Park Street. They lie very well, so if you want somebody to lie for you. Mayor Delfino and the White Plains Common Council, and they are on their way to federal court. The whole bunch of them are being sued. And to the Commission on Judicial Conduct at 61 Broadway, New York, New York. They're not good for much either. Folks, do you recognize this highway? This is the Massachusetts Turnpike. We're coming into Westfield, West Springfield, and into Springfield. And we're all going to a workshop on the Constitution and its abuses in the courts. And we're all standing up for America. And these are my friends. This is Chris and Joel and Lou. And the time is approximately 4:45 p.m. on Friday the 13th.
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord.
I'm going to read you a legal paper very, very shortly. So here we are. This is the City Court, City of White Plains, County of Westchester, State of New York, United States of America, because of the World Wide Web. And it is the small claims part, and the number is small claims 2005 2526. And this is Glendora Plaintiff versus Satterley, Stevens, Burke and Burke, a liar for hire law firm, Walter A. Sarrock, a liar for hire, and Cecilia Masterilli, who works for Cablevision. And it is all in care of Cecilia Masterilli at 1053 Park Street in Peekskill, New York. The title of this paper is pursuant to New York State analog to Federal Rules of Civil Procedure, Rule 60B. This is a notice of motion, a motion, and an affirmation in support for relief from Hansberry's so-called order dated the day after April Fool's Day. The return date is May the 2nd, 2007. The location is the White Plains City Court. The move-out is Glendora. And any reply papers must be postmarked no later than April the 25th. Relief requested is stated in the title, and the legal basis is stated in the title, and the grounds are Hansberry lies. He states the grounds, he states no grounds, he adduces no facts, nor any law. His empty paper does not rise to the occasion. It is not equal to nor commensurate with the requirement. It completely fails to fulfill the promised end, which is justice in the court. The supporting papers are Glendora's post-trial affidavit of 300 pages, her notice of appeal with 3 attachments, her motion for a new trial pursuant to Civil Practice Laws and Rules 4404B, her slur reply to feeble, rotten, putrid opposition, so-called, and all other well-pleaded papers in this voluminous file. A person should go to court and get justice in one day. Hansberry fails on one day and justice. Indeed, he stands impotent on justice in 1 year. The service of this paper of 20 pages was by U.S. First Class Mail on April the 13th, 2007, upon each defendant, to wit, Satterley, Sarrock, and Masterilli. Hansberry did not serve defendant Masterilli. Dated April the 13th, 2007, State of New York. There, I got the first 3 pages done.
Now, is all that played on your...
Yeah, this is what it right here.
So all this is played on your...
This is going to go on my 55 TV stations and on my 2 internet sites. I'm also on www.youtube.com/achatwithglendora. Okay, I'm going to videotape 2 more pages. Is that okay with everybody?
Yeah. I'm going to hold that for you?
No. Oh. Who?
Hold the paper for you.
Let's see if that works.
Are you going to put up signs that tell us when to applaud, when to laugh? Judge's name will boo, okay?
Hi, honey. I don't think I can see it from that distance.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. What did I do? I ruined the zoom. Okay. Here is the zoom. Thank you, though.
Number CPLR 4404B, Glendora's motion for a new trial.
Okay, keep
7, notice of motion. 1, affidavit of Glendora. 2, exhibits. 3, opposition of Zoe E. Jasper. 4, file papers, all papers on file. Application to the court, says Glendora, that she give Hansberry a true-false test on same.
Yeah, that if he read these papers, I want to give him a true-false test. Lou, you're doing great. Would you read page 4? Is it? Are we on page 4? Okay, what's that say? Gamma.
I don't know what that is.
That's
Upon the foregoing papers, the court finds and decides as follows. Motion pursuant to CPLR 44OB is denied.
boo! Let's hear you say boo, Joel.
Boo!
Say it again, Virginia dear.
Plaintiff has failed to make a prima facie showing that the decision in this matter was not supported by legally sufficient evidence, or that substantial justice has not been achieved.
2 big lies, folks. Okay, what else is said here?
8. It's Chinese.
Let's see. At trial.
At
Okay.
trial,
Okay.
January 24th, 07, when Glendora called you the court, you said, I
am not the court.
I am not the court, I am a judge of this court.
So there he contradicted himself there. Okay, what's next?
Glendora's 5 court monitors present never heard you say this.
Did hear you say it. Yeah, heard you say that.
Never heard you say this. So did the
CD. They don't have a court stenographer. They have a CD.
Okay.
Yeah.
Insert. Why is it telling you so ridiculously taking you?
Why is it taking you so ridiculously long to produce the CD to me so I can appeal? That's what it says. Okay? Then we read that part there, and then what's it say there? Big lie. Big lie.
Yep. Upon the foregoing papers, the court finds and decides as follows. Motion pursuant to CPLR 44OB is denied. What does it say? Big lie.
Yeah. Whoa! These are my new court monitors. Chris and Joel and Lou. Okay.
Hansberry is dishonorable. The matter is not discretionary. It is a matter of fact, of affluent.
Yeah, go ahead.
Glendora evidence was triple sufficient. And then Hansberry's response was dismally deficient into the minus digits.
See, that's how bad he is. What town is this, folks? What's it say? What's the green sign say?
Oh, Springfield, almost Springfield.
10 miles to Springfield? Oh, Lou, just let's hold on. Let's finish page 5 and then tell the people about your machine up there. Okay. Finish page 5.
It is a let's see, Glendora's, okay.
It is a matter of law.
Small claims UCCA section 1801 et sequitur.
Very good.
Glendora's motion and affirmation in support copiously delineated grounds, evidence, fact, and law. Hansberry was too short-minded to face. When caught, Hansberry lies, makes his own. Let's see, Hansberry lies. McCune's papers delineate this. Demonstrate this indisputably.
Okay, Epsilon.
What does Hansberry advise that Glendora reviewed or
let's see, what does Hansberry adduce that Glendora received substantial justice?
The answer is nothing. It is nothing factual, nothing.
We're on page 6 now, folks, out of 16.
Nothing legal. It is Hansberry
repetitively conclusory and repetitive rhetoric. And Hansberry what? Caught
another lie.
Yeah, Hansberry's caught in another lie and lying again to cover up lie after lie after lie. This is Judge Hansberry in the White Plains City Court in Westchester County, New York. Now, Lou,